All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at Wednesday, the 6th of December. Now I've got gold in front of me. Now, yesterday, gold wasn't that exciting. I had this level here in the morning, as you know. The market mucked around here a little bit. If you bought here, you would have covered that trade at least a little bit, but that wasn't what happened. Let's just make this a little bigger. Now, remember, we had 2007 the day before, and that was that. And then we had 2000 the previous week low. Okay, so the low of the previous week. Now we've got a breach here, so this is probably going to come down a little bit more. So no need to go against the grain. What you can do with gold, as you can see, it's that pretty bearish. It should pop up to sell off. Okay, and that's what we're looking at. So any move up is okay to sell. And yesterday, as you can see, it went into the Astro hours. From the Astro hours, went up to the next Astro hours, which is a retracement for the intraday. That's the opening pivot there, as you can see. Opening price in the Asia session, and then the market collapsing down. So this should go down as well. Now, I've made a few comments when I put the Astro hours in the members area, so be mindful. We should probably have some kind of a disruptive move until 10 o'clock. And if we're going to get to a place where we want to trade, it's probably going to be around 10 past 12 my time. That looks like an okay situation. And then the other good spot is probably going to be 450. And if the market does swing at those times, or the market does do its action, the first target is 7:20 in the evening, and then we should head up to another target, possibly at 10:25 to 10:40 my time. All right. So if we find, like, for example, if you find ourselves down here at an Astro hour, we can go long. If you find ourselves up there somewhere, we can go down. Okay, so that's how you can play it out, because the market's going to have to go up, down, or consolidate. And the levels where you want to be trading is the previous day low, the previous week low, previous day high, or the previous week high, and so on. All right, so the market coming down a little bit more is giving us a sign that there is, as you can see, a runner here. Okay, there's a runner. So the market's got potential to come down into those levels. Let's just do this. Okay, so that's your runner there. So coming down and then going up. All right. And then we should break above this to take out some stops and then sell off again, possibly to fill in some gaps too. So just be a bit mindful on that one. Yesterday with gold, like I said, not very exciting, in the middle of nowhere. So this zone was okay to get in. If you bought a little bit, you would have been okay to cover that trade, okay, because it went enough to cover the stop. And then just once again, came back down at the Astro hours. So a bit tricky, but still okay. So right now we're in no man's land. As you can see, it's in the middle of the channel. That's the higher part of the channel. That's the lower part of the channel. If I take a look at the daily chart, as you can see, it's done the targets there. If I take a look at the weekly, it's breached that. So going up possibly to 2030, 2031 might be an opportunity to sell again from here, okay, at Astro hours, as the market did yesterday, right? There's a liquidity here above this line. So if the market spikes up and then pushes down, it shouldn't surprise you. So if we go up first to the previous day high or the weekly pivot, you can look for a sell opportunity, because there's a gap here, the market. It's a small one, okay, and it is pretty much closed, actually. Yeah, it is pretty much closed. All right, in any case, though, those are the levels which you could be selling off if we go up first, okay, and that's basically it. Let's take a look at SP500. SP500, as you know, we were wanting to short it down, and yesterday it did come down, and then it went up, but it came down exactly at the target, which I said it would. If you went long here, because look, these were the PST levels, that was the zone, that's the PST. If you follow your daily, touched it there, and then it's just going back up again. So what we want to do is sell off again, being mindful for the Christmas rally. So if I just refresh the chart here, this is your daily pivot happening. I said the market should sell between this zone here. If you sold, you would have been okay. There was, unfortunately, this was not an Astro hour, not on my chart. But if you took a look at SP 500 specifically, you could have found something definitely there, which would have helped you out. This was also an important level yesterday, as I said, and you can see the market took off from there. So if we do come back down, okay, as you can see, we breached above the previous day high. So here, the market going up, we've got the opportunity to sell from the upside into the lower end of stuff. Okay, so we're pretty high, and this is a sell zone for us. So where we want to sell is going to be maybe previous week's high, because is there a bit of gap here? There's just a little bit of a gap here that the market might want to fill up. At the end of the day, from the highs, we are going to be selling. Okay, so if I put my Astro hours in place, the good ones are going to be like 10 past 12, which is 10 past 11 here. Let's just make it quarter past 11 to make it practical. And then what you'll get is you need to be careful where we got 145 on the platform, 245, 240 on the UTC plus 3, and then you got 450, which is going to be 350 on the platform. So these hours you're going to have to look out for, okay? And where we're at right now, I've got 852, which is going to be 752 here. Let's call it 8 for argument's sake. It's a 15-minute chart, okay? So this is here as well. So, these kind of levels, if we're up here somewhere, going down is not a bad idea, okay? On the SP 500. So market goes up, and then we want to sell off again. And this is not, these are not bad levels to be selling off, okay? If you go up to a bigger time frame, like the 1 hour chart, let's say, we might assume that we're going to find ourselves back in this zone here, okay? And that might be the level that the market may sell at, and it's not a bad place to be selling off, okay? So I'm going to go back to the 15-minute chart now. And that's that, all right? Now, on the upper side of things, do I have a PST level? Not particularly. This breakout is also a bit of a question mark. You have to be careful with this one. When a PST breaks out, I'm always saying things could get a little hectic, and we could break out, and it's on the monthly too, okay? So what can we do here? So it's a little tricky. Just make sure you don't slack up on your money management. Also, you can see there's a good buy kiss slightly higher here. So it's a bit of a dilemma, okay? But if you want to sell, do it on the higher end of stuff, okay? At the high end where the market sold off before. Slightly higher is an option where it might sweep some stops, and just do it at Astro hours. And like I said, the good Astro hours are going to be like lunchtime, 10 past 12. And then we'll see at the New York session, 4:50 my time, and so on. All right, so let's take a look at the euro dollar. As you know, we're short on the euro dollar, no big deal here. Let's see why did I put that here. Get rid of that. Okay. It's the 15-minute chart. This is yesterday. Market pushes down into the Astro hour, retraces into the Astro hour, sells off into the Astro hour. That was a target. That target is done. We have another target down there on the daily. So it's pretty much done all this. This is really nice to see how precise this targeting is. And then on the weekly, we still have room to push down, in my opinion. Just keep an eye out for the swing days because Tuesday or Wednesday, I said, is a swing day. So it's either going to be Tuesday or a Wednesday. So this is Tuesday and we're in Wednesday, okay? So if the market heads down, makes a slightly lower low, comes into that weekly, that 0760 there, all right? The market might pick up a little bit, okay? So don't you be selling at the lower end of stuff. This should make a retracement going up, and that's basically it. We should retrace up a little bit. There is a bit of a gap here. We're going to have to be careful about that. So, just be mindful. At the end of the day, we're targeting down here, right? So this is a good push down. Market breaks that. So we want to go up somewhere in order to sell again. And those levels could be, like I said, previous day high, previous week low. So we could end up somewhere here. I'm just going to get rid of this. This was from yesterday where the market sold off nicely. And I said you could sell off here. It's okay to do so. And if you did so, fine. And you would have been okay. Now the daily pivot is here. So if we break above that, a pull back into an Astro hour can be nice to go back into this zone again. And if we do go up into the weekly pivot this week, that will take us to the next swing day, as you know. Okay, so that's that. What can you do in other words? So if the market comes back down into here or the low of the week again, previous day low here, down here, we could go up. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, and that's basically it. And this is your daily pivot here. So I'll just refresh that chart. Don't muck around in no man's land. If you're going to buy it when it comes here or down here. That 1.0760, like I said, is on the PST level. So you need to look out for it. But the market doing this 0780 is also, I think, a good level. Okay, that's 1.0760. So we should kind of like push down. This is the weekly, by the way. So we should kind of like push down and break this level, find ourselves down here, and then go back up again. All right, I hope that makes sense. So the market's still got room to come down, but if you're going to intraday trade it to go up, then you can do it from the lower side of stuff. Just be mindful and take less risk because you're going against the grain. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin and call it a day. All right, so this is Dow Jones here. Let's just refresh this chart. Okay, so same kind of thing. Yesterday, if you put your Astro hours, it was probably the lows down here of the Dow Jones at the Astro hours. And from here, the market, as you can see, picked back up. Now, I did say you can sell the highs. Okay, same kind of thing. Also, as I did say with SB 500, because the indices are going together. All right. So yesterday, let's see what that was. This is 11:30 on the platform. We didn't have 11:30 on the platform. This is 9:45. That's no 7:40. So this is it. This is where the market came down, bounced back up, and then comes all the way down. This is 5:15 on the platform. We had 4:55, which is right there. All right, so we're at 4:55, so pretty much down here, and then the market picking up here, and then we had 9:10, which is 8 o'clock on the platform, which is there. Okay, 8:10, and then that's your opening there, 1 o'clock. All right, so from that 1 o'clock market pushing up, as you can see. So we had the low, which was okay, and then the market kind of sizzled up from here going up again. So what we want to do is this zone for us is still a sell zone, okay, and the first support of today is 36.085. 36.085 is here. All right, so this is going to be the first support. If we break below this low, it should push lower on a retracement. This zone, as you can see here as well, for us is a sell zone. The market shall go down. Okay, it will go down. The question is, like I said, that Christmas rally. Okay, this is the 6th of December. If we do have a Christmas rally, so we might break out a little bit more. Okay, so be mindful. That's the only thing that can like really take this up if people are in this jolly mood. So the market broke out on the monthly and the SP 500 as well. So once again, this breakout is like also a sign we could push up. Okay, so don't be all, down, down, down and nothing else. As the market comes down, definitely cover your trade. We should come down to the low of Asia today, in my opinion. And then if it does, it'll start to pick up from here because this is what the market did to break out above the high of yesterday. All right, so coming back to retest and going up in this zone is not a bad idea. And we can just draw that there. Okay, and that's that. So from the lows, if you want to do an intraday trade to go up at the afternoon sessions or the lunchtime, it's not a bad idea. If the market's still up here at lunchtime, maybe it'll sell down into the New York session and then go up towards the evening. That's also possible. Same scenario is going to be with this one, isn't it? Okay, so we've got this location here. As you can see, the market is pretty much, let me just do this. This is it from yesterday. Once the market starts to push up, I said this was a sell zone. We could sell off here. The market did sell off, but it picked up again. Once again, if you put your Astro hours in the zone, this is your 8 o'clock there. Market comes down and then market goes up. And this is also your opening here, market going up as well. I talked about this level being important. And then also that 1520 is there on the platform. So we had 140 on the platform, which is there. Whoops, 140 is there. Also on the platform, we had 325 my time, which is 225 here, which is there. So from here, market going up, retracing back into the Astro, and then pushing up. Now this zone, I talked about the weekly as well. I say still selling the highs is the way to go. You could do it on the weekly and there as well. Okay. On the daily, going back up into this zone might be one option. That's your HCL1, 16,075. 16,075 is up here. It's something we should keep an eye out for. 1675. All right, that's that. And on the weekly, we're in the highs. The market did this last week, so that's that. The only drama here is there's a little bit of gap here. That gap still remains on the weekly. We'll see if they'll fill it out or not. If they do, this will be a sell zone. I've already marked it in there for us here. Okay, so it's still a bit tricky, but I would be a seller if the market is at the highs at Astro hours, no doubt. Bitcoin, I said you could probably go and wait for these days because I said these days are the swing days that I've got here, as you can see, and the market dashed up. If you bought, then as you can see, that's 1020. I didn't have anything there, but this would have been your level 145 right there. Okay, so 145, this zone here, you could have gone up with this move here if you wanted to follow it through. I did say this is a zone where you need to be careful because the target, it was already done in the Asia session. So it's a bit crazy out here. As you can see, why it's just nuts. Okay, there you go. It's just going crazy. It's even gone above that. So I don't know. We'll have to check it out and wait out for it. This was a level I did mark in before. As you can see, tapped in there. So we'll have to wait and see. That's your goodbye kiss zone. And I still got days ahead. So tomorrow is a day to look out for. And then these days and these days to see if a market will reverse. Okay. Other than that, not much to talk about here. I wouldn't do anything from the highs in terms of buying, and maybe you want to sit and wait for a reaction to see what the market will do in terms of getting a direction. Should come back to fill out some gaps. If you want to go long again, do it at the lows down here around 42,000 200. And that is that.